Good morning. Today is Wednesday the 8th, and we're going to start with a daily reflection on the New Testament. Jesus, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. Matthew chapter 9, verse 2. Offended by Jesus' statement, the scribes, the doctors of the law, the theologians of the day demanded, Why doth this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sin but God only? The Lord replied, Wherefore is it that ye think evil in your hearts? For is it not easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, than to say, Arise and walk? But I said this, that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. The same power by which the Lord of life could lay hands on the sick and raise the dead, commanded the elements and still the storms, in the means by which troubled hearts and sinful souls are reconciled to God and thus renewed. He who cleansed the scab-ridden hands of the leper can purify the heart of the one who has strayed from the path of peace. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read this morning. Maybe I'm not fully awake yet. All right, so today is Learn of Me chapter 20. Trying to control my bedhead. And that is Family of Jesus Christ. So we've got a quote here from James M. Paramore, The Gospel of Jesus Christ, The Basic Needs of People, April 1983. There is a sense of belonging that is fulfilled by the gospel of Jesus Christ, first to our Father in heaven, then to our family, which can be an eternal unit, and then to members everywhere upon this earth. Then Jeffrey R. Holland, Behold Thy Mother, October 2015. But can you hear in this language another arena of human endeavor in which we use words like bear and born, carry and lift, labor and deliver? As Jesus said to John while in the very act of atonement, so he says to us all, Behold thy mother. Today I declare from this pulpit what has been said here before, that no love in mortality comes close to approximating the pure love of Jesus Christ than the selfless love of a devoted mother has for her child. Francisco J. Vinas, Applying the Simple and Plain Gospel Principles in the Family, April 2004. Among the old and sacred values to which we should return are the plain and simple principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ. These should be firmly established in our homes to ensure happiness in family life. What principles from the life of Jesus Christ, if applied, would strengthen our own family relationships? Why are they important? Forgiveness, love, and withholding judgment. A person can't feel comfortable when they feel judged. Jesus Christ loves families, and he loves your family. How can you show more love for each other? What kinds of things did Jesus do to show people that he loved them? And that's just a think it to yourself question. Then some additional or suggested reading is Francisco J. Vinas, Applying the Simple and Plain Gospel Principles in the Family, April 2004. Henry B. Eyring, Eternal Families, April 2016. Carol M. Stevens, The Family is of God, April 2015. Stephanie Dibbs Sorensen, Covenant Motherhood, Reflecting the Role of the Christ, Reflecting the Role of Christ in Our Lives, Covenant Communications, 2013. That was difficult. Okay, so that's all for that chapter. It was a really short one, but it's an important one to think about our family and those who are closest to us and will remain close to us throughout eternity. How do we treat them? How do we look at them? How do we How do we portray them in our mind? What is their status in our hierarchy of important people in our mind? Because we have one. It's just natural. These are the people who are most important, secondary, third, and then here are the people who I care not to talk to ever again in my life. Where does our family sit in those lines? All right. I will leave you now with prayer from a diary of prayer. It's the 8th. We've got 2. Yep, the 8th. One from John Bailey and the other from Khalil Gibran. And if still I cannot find thee, O God, then let me search my heart and know whether it is not rather I who am blind than thou who art obscure, and I who am fleeing from thee rather than thou from me. And let me confess these my sins before thee and seek thy pardon in Jesus Christ my Lord. That's a good one. Our God, it is thy will in us that willeth. It is thy desire in us that desireth. It is thy urge in us that would turn our nights, which are thine, into days, which are thine also. We cannot ask thee for aught, for thou knowest our needs before they are born in us. Thou art our need, and in giving us more of thyself, thou givest us all. Okay, that was Learn of Me, Chapter 20, The Family of Jesus Christ. And tomorrow we do John chapter 3. So we will see you then. Bye.